Welcome to my channel, my friend. My name is David, and in this video I'm going to be telling you a quick story about how I got fired on the first day of a new job and how it happened and why it turned out to actually be a good thing in the end. So stick around. So if you're new to my channel and you like personal and spiritual development videos, hit the subscribe button and notification bell down below because I release new videos every Monday. And let's get right into it. So the year was 2018. It was July, I believe. The first day of my new job was going to be July 23rd. And basically what had happened, 2017 was a terrible year for me. I got fired from a bank job. I started a sales course soon after I got fired. I didn't get fired. I wanted to leave, but I had to. It was taking me forever to find a new job. And in the end, the guy said, you kind of have to go now. So I didn't really get fired. I was going to leave, but I just couldn't find a new job. And so I did leave in the end, and I was actually kind of really excited about leaving because I hated it. But it was the income that I didn't have coming in. I had a really part-time job. It was casual, really. It was half a day a week at a men's fashion store. But I digress. So I started this sales course, and after that finished, I really wanted to work with the company that was doing the sales course, and I started writing out this goal on my paper. Like every morning and every night I'd write, I'm so happy and grateful that I am working with, and the company name. And because earlier that year I'd had a really good experience writing out a goal, not so much a goal, but I managed to manifest a ticket to Ed Sheeran, or get into the concert, should I say, for free, just by writing it out on my paper the night before and then visualizing it. And that was really the first experience I'd ever had consciously with the law of attraction, where I wrote something out and have it come true. So that really opened my eyes and as to what was possible. So I wrote this goal out, and I was like, okay, well, if it worked for Ed Sheeran in a really short amount of time, because I literally wrote that out the night before, what could happen with this? So I wrote this out. I've been writing it out for quite a while. It was probably about 90 days, I think, or give or take, that I'm writing out this goal for. And when the sales course finished, I had been working more shifts at the fashion store, or the clothing store, should I say, and that was kind of coming to an end, and I didn't really have many shifts. So there was a period of about a month where I didn't have any work, any money coming in. But I had this interview through a guy that I'd met previously, not so long before I started the sales course, and he was a sales guy running a sales agency, and the interview went really well. I ended up getting the job, and was very excited about this because I was in debt, and I really was looking forward to working more and then earning more money, at least, and getting rid of some of this debt, because I was living paycheck to paycheck for a very long time. It was not fun. And so the night before this job was to start, I was actually supposed to start on Tuesday, but I had to go in on Monday for this kind of like an orientation type thing, or just to see how it was all going to work. And Sunday night, I couldn't sleep. I don't know what had happened. I always used to find that in my younger days, alcohol used to affect my sleeping, and I couldn't sleep quite often, a lot, Sunday nights, but I wasn't drinking at this point, but I just couldn't sleep. So when this happens, I usually do one of a number of things. I might read for a while. I might write out all the thoughts in my mind to get them out on paper so they're not in there anymore. Maybe I will listen to some sleep hypnosis or do some EFT tapping. And if you don't know what that is, it's time for another video. It's outside the scope of this video, but so I do all these different things, and my very last resort is to take a sleeping tablet. Now, I tried all this stuff, it didn't work, and every hour was going by, I was obviously losing an hour of sleep, and I wanted to wake up earlier to go to the gym, and it was just getting all too much. So I ended up taking a sleeping tablet. And the reason why I don't like to take them is because you feel very drowsy the next day. And I don't even take a full one. I've had many times where I would take half a tablet or even a quarter of a tablet and still feel really drowsy the next day. So I didn't really want to do it, but I did it as a last resort. And I ended up waking up at, 5 o'clock or something for the gym, so I could get to the job by 8 o'clock. And I'd never been to that area of the city before. I ended up kind of miscalculating how long it would take. I ended up having to run part of the way, quite a lot of the way there. Anyway, I got there at 8 and everything was fine. But the problem was that I was now feeling quite drowsy after this sleeping tablet. And all throughout the day, I'd be sitting there, sitting next to my new boss, and I'd just be kind of dozing off a little bit. Like, you know, like I was sitting through a really boring lecture, and I just couldn't help it. And I found myself having to go to the toilet or go to the bathroom every now and then to do like a power pose and jump up and down and give myself some energy, because I was really low energy. Anyway, at the end of the day, and as you probably have guessed by now, I got fired from that job. I hadn't even started. So Tuesday was supposed to be the first day, and I didn't even make it. And my new boss, or ex-boss should I say, called me and he said, hey, look, yeah, it's not really going to work out. I need someone more energetic. And I said, yeah, I told him why, and he goes, that's cool, but I can't have that in my team. I was like, okay, that's cool. At the time, I felt like, well, that's kind of a punch to the gut. What am I going to do for money now? I've been applying for other sales jobs and haven't really got any bites because I didn't have any experience. So that kind of left me at odds. And the next day I was on Facebook and I logged into one of the groups for the company that I did the sales course with. And it just so happened that they had two opportunities. Well, they posted a bunch of opportunities, but two of them really spoke to me. And I applied for both. One actually fit my personality perfectly and they were also looking for some of the skill sets that I had, which to me was very interesting. And so I applied for that, and I applied for this other one, which was a sales position. So one was like a support position on their team, and one was a sales position with another business. And I applied for both, and I got both, and I was really happy about that. Obviously, from going from where I was at that time, being just fired, to having now two opportunities was fantastic. And so that was why it was a good thing. And the thing that I really want to get through to you is that, and look, it depends on your belief system, but I believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe that the reason I couldn't sleep is quite possibly because the universe was keeping me awake so that I wouldn't continue doing that job that I had my first day with, so that these other opportunities would come into my existence, because I wouldn't have known about them if I hadn't been fired. I wouldn't have logged into Facebook that day, and I wouldn't have applied for them, most likely. So everything happens for a reason. The other thing that's also important is that somebody told me that in life you always have to celebrate every outcome, positive or negative. And obviously, by the way, positive and negative is really up to your interpretation of the event. Let's pretend that I really wanted that job and I got fired from it, and I would think, okay, well, at the end of it, it's a kind of a negative situation because I didn't get the job. But what if I really didn't like it, And to be honest, if I'm honest with myself, I couldn't see myself working there long term anyway, because he wanted me to do like 10 hours a day, 6 days a week or something. And I wasn't really into that. I wanted to work less hours like most people. And I think that was also another sign. And so celebrate every outcome. So celebrate the negative. Celebrate the positive, obviously, if it's positive, but also celebrate the negative, because if you celebrate the negative, then it allows more good things to come into your life. And when I got that job, it really just confirmed to me the power of our own mind, the power of writing things down, and the power of the law of attraction, which is always happening, whether we like it or not, or know it or not. So that's the end of the video. I hope you got a lot from it. It was quite an interesting experience for me, and I wanted to share it with you because it might seem a little funny, but writing down things on paper and putting a message out to the universe really does work and really does help things to come into your life, as long as subconsciously you believe that they can happen. So hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video. If you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, much love, and take care.